Hello, this is Renee from Kindly Carnivore. In this video, we're going to assemble all the ingredients we prepared in part 1 to put together, bake, and enjoy our Reuben sandwich casserole. Okay, first step, after you drain some sauerkraut, I'm going to say maybe 8 to 10 ounces of sauerkraut. Just make sure it's drained thoroughly. Use a strainer, push the water out before you start to use it in your recipe. Put a little bit of that sauerkraut in the bottom of your pan. This happens to be an 8x8 glass oven acceptable pan, okay? The next thing we want to do is we want to take some of these. These are my carnivore bread. Normally you would have had regular bread, but I made chaffles, okay? Out of a little bit of mozzarella and an egg in each, and then I just cut them into small pieces, okay? Since we're not using regular rye bread. So you're going to spread some of these in the bottom of your pan. That's your next layer, okay? Okay, so then your bread pieces look something like this over top of the little bit of sauerkraut that we put on the bottom, okay, as our first layer. The next thing we want to do is we want to take some of our corned beef. This is corned beef in a can off of the shelf. Now for the corned beef, just bust some of it up. I would take, that's a 12-ounce package off the shelf. I would bust about half of it up for our 8x8 dish pan, okay? Okay, our next layer, you're going to take this little bit of busted up corned beef, okay? About half of that can in an 8x8 pan. If you're doing a bigger pan, you're gonna use more. So I would just say use about half of it and see what you think. If you think it covers your baking dish, okay. If not, use a little bit more, okay? Okay, next we're going to take the chopped up Swiss cheese, okay? This is like 6 ounces, 6 to 8 ounces here, okay? So just chop it up real small or shred it if you shred it off of a block of cheese. Put that over top as your next layer, okay? Over your beef. Okay, so once you put your chopped up pieces or shredded up pieces of Swiss cheese as your layer there, then you're going to take some Thousand Island dressing. And this happens to be Carnivore homemade Thousand Island dressing. And I'll put the recipe for that down in the instructions, or Ketovore Thousand Island dressing. And you're just going to go over the top with what would have been on a sandwich, a regular sandwich, I suppose, but we're making a casserole out of this. Okay? So that you get some flavor, okay? Just like that. Next, we're going to layer some more sauerkraut on top of that. So you just continue to put your sauerkraut up on top of it, okay? Okay, and then that last layer of that sauerkraut would look something like this in your pan, and you could finish it off with some more pieces of bread and perhaps some cheese on top of that, but you do what you like, okay? Okay, so I put the last little bit of my carnivore chaffles cut up into little pieces on top to see if they'll crisp up, just for a topping. And then we're going to stick this into our 350 degree oven, Fahrenheit, 350 Fahrenheit, and we're going to let it bake, okay, for about 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 to 40 minutes, and I'm taking out the Reuben casserole out of the oven, and it's looking beautiful. My pieces on the top got nice and crispy. The dish is heated all the way through. And now it's time to cut a piece and dig in. Turn our oven off here. Grab our dish, and I'm going to bring it over onto my board here so we can work on that. Going around it with my silicone little spatula here to loosen it from the sides. And then you just want to slice through it, so that way you can take a big spatula and remove a piece and put it on your plate. Okay, so we'll take our spatula and we'll lift up from the bottom. Look how good that came out. Pretty clean, really pretty clean. And there you have it, folks. Let's take a look at this. Look how nice that is. I can't wait to dig in. Ooh, it's so good.